All right, good morning, everyone. It's been a while. I actually came in this direction to actually speak to all of us about one or two things. How is the hustle and bustle of life? And in anticipation of the new government that is coming in, what are your expectations? But however, that's not even my focus this morning. It's Thursday, and then we're heading to the weekend. And the weekend is supposed to be time where we're supposed to rest and enjoy ourselves with our families. But recently, I've come to understand something that a lot of us out there, young people, are going through a lot. And we are going through a lot not because there is a lot, but because we choose to go through that way. Life can be challenging, sometimes it can be tough. I'm not saying I don't have my own challenges. In fact, I have so many of them. But I just want to talk to us about this habit of being online and trying to get everything from the online society. What is that? I titled this conversation Embracing the Toxic Life. And if you noticed recently, or most recent, is that a lot of us young people make up these toxic scenarios in our heads, and then we make life difficult for ourselves. What happens? People come online and read painful stories that has to do with marriages or relationship, and they personalize it. I just want to tell you that, dear young people, you don't have to go through toxic thought process. Why am I saying this? A lot of us come up from beautiful families where we are treated well, from homes beautiful, but because of what is happening in the society, you come online and read a lady killed her husband, and then all of a sudden you enter a defense mood, or you read there is this lady, her husband did this, and then you enter a defense mood. Meanwhile, in your family, everybody loves you. In your family, you are welcome, you are well loved, and then everybody takes care of you. But because of what you read online, and then what happened next, you begin to see the male members of your family as your enemies. You begin to suspect your elder brothers. The society is gradually molding into what you are not. You were raised in love, you were raised with respect, but you have read your way through social media to become toxic, to the extent that it's becoming difficult for you to maintain a relationship with the opposite sex, or maintain a proper relationship with the opposite sex, because you have believed that men are out there to oppress you. Mind you, I just want to draw your attention to the fact that there are people who are paid to come up with these funny scenarios so they can create engagement in groups. Some of those anonymous messages are not, sometimes they are not even real. They're just imaginary stories people create so that groups can be engaging and lively. So somebody come up with, my husband was abroad for 5 years, he came back, and all the monies he didn't, I gave it to my pastor. Some of those things are not real. And then you read those stories, you read the replies of maybe the opposite gender, and then you become so angry. You become so tough. Your heart is no longer a fertile ground for love, for respect, for mutuality. The next thing is you jump into this toxic lifestyle. Your relationship that was going smooth, all of a sudden, whatsoever that happens there, you view it from the angle and the perspective of what you saw online. We have to talk to ourselves. Not everything that is online should be taken personal. Your wife is making all efforts to make sure the home is going smoothly and beautifully, but because of what you have read online, how a woman pretended and then she ended up taking everything away from her husband. You take these views and they become your views. Everything becomes so difficult for your family, it becomes so difficult for you. We need to wake up to this and tell ourselves, this is who I am, this is what I am not. I always tell myself, people need to tell themselves, this is who I am. If you're telling yourself, my name is Ayuba Michael, your name is, you call your name and tell yourself, this is who I am. And then when you see certain characters, when you see certain habits, tell yourself, they will not be part of me, and they cannot be part of me. Why do we have to take the anger on the internet world to our lives, to our personal lives and private lives? Do you know how some people become so toxic and dangerous right now? Because they read somewhere online, not even from a reliable source, from a Facebook group or page, a WhatsApp group, that your boyfriend did this, and they have told themselves, if my boyfriend try and he go see what will happen. And that's how they have entered a defense mode, to the extent that their relationship life has become difficult. It would be a married woman for that matter, a married lady, same with the guys. We need to do away with how much we believe what is on the internet. We need to rethink this process and come back to each other. Some people, the reason why you are having communication difficulties is because of what you have seen online. Some people, the reason why you are not having peace at home is because of what you heard or have seen online. And then you have personalized it, even though your spouse does not intend the same thing, even though it does not mean the same thing. But because of what you saw online, it has become your reality. It's weekend, and then I want you to, it's my earnest desire and wish that you have a very sound relationship, most especially for those who are married or who intend to marry anytime soon with your spouse, that you should take your time. You should take your time and then do what? Pay attention to what is going on. Pay attention to the fact that you have a family to build. You have a home to build. Don't go looking at what people are posting online or what people are saying online, and then you end up not paying attention to anything at home again. Your spouse is telling you, come, let's reason together. It has become difficult. Don't own up to people's reality that are not yours. Yes, a lady was cheated on, she lost her life. It's not you. Now, I want you to understand something. I do not mean that once an evil is upon one person, it's not upon all of us. I am a lawyer and I believe in advocacy. I believe in preserving human life. I believe in preserving human rights. So when it is time for us to preserve rights, we have to go in mass, to protect people and preserve them when they are helpless most of the times. But some of these things that have made our lives difficult as individuals today have nothing to do with us. We are just people who just wake up and then we want to just join the bandwagon. See, be on the internet and educate yourself. Don't be on the internet and destroy your life. This is the crux of my message this morning to you. Be on the internet and educate yourself. Enlighten yourself. I sometimes when I'm coming to work, I'm in the taxi or in keke, you see a very matured lady and then you wonder the kind of videos she's watching, and then it's just a video of somebody showing themselves turning back like this, and then the person is just touching himself. These are the kind of things that fascinate you. Fine, if you love that brand, and then this same person, after watching that, you did not educate yourself, you did not read nothing. The next thing, you are reading anonymous stories about relationship, about the terrible things that happen. And all of a sudden, with the videos you have watched of turning yourself like this, you start turning yourself on cameras. The next thing, you have become so toxic. Your relationship cannot work. Your family members are seen as traitors because you read about somebody who was betrayed by his family or his brothers or his sisters. This is just to call your attention to the fact that you might not need to go that way to score your goal. You might not need to go that path. It is not your path. Remember how you grew up with your brothers. Remember how you grew up with your sisters, how you guys related very comfortably and okay, and then you enjoy yourselves. But you have thrown that into the bins and into the gutter because you simply read something online or you heard on radio that this thing happened, and then all of a sudden nobody can communicate with you, nobody can talk with you anymore. I don't know if you can see me right now. I don't know. Drop your comment on what you feel about this, because we need to shape each other's opinion. I'm not here to teach you. I just want to tell you that I just want to call your attention to the fact that you are not paying attention to this and it is destroying you. You are not doing this and it is destroying you. That's my aim. I'm not here to teach you anything. I don't know anything more than you do. But I just want to call your attention to say, hey, sweetheart, some of those things you read online, you don't need to personalize it. Hey, king, you don't need to personalize some of those things you heard. You heard that when somebody traveled, a friend of yours or somebody traveled abroad, sent down the money, his wife gave it to her pastor, or the girlfriend took all the money and ran away. That is not your reality. These are things you see on social media. And some of the time, these things have been amplified by those who don't want our marriages to work. Have you realized that the last stroke to destroy marriages and destroy homes is the stroke of creating a mental disunity and disbalance among us as a people? What happens? So many kind of stories are sold out to us so that we can see the next gender as the person to war with. I tell you, if you have a problem right now, I think you should focus more of your energy to war with the problems and the philosophies that are being sold that are destroying our home, instead of fighting those people who love you. There are a lot of people who love you, who want you to do well. But because you have a mindset that has become so defensive, that has become unwelcoming, if there is any word like that. So I just want to call our attention to the fact that we can do better. We can do better. The war is not against ourselves. I know how we used to love ourselves, Africans. I know how we protected ourselves as Africans, as a people. But we are now in times where even the people who consider enemies are our loved ones. And they themselves, they have entered that defense. So we have two people who do not believe in themselves trying to work together. In this life, let me tell you, people will win and people will lose. I said, people will win and people will lose. But in protecting yourself, make sure you are not harming the people around you. You know, there is a saying, life is all about perspective. But I just want to tell you that life is all about perspective. But there is always the true perspective. This is the true perspective that we need to calm down a little bit and focus more on our realities instead of the realities of the internet and the realities of what other people are saying and what other people are posting online. Remember, I told you that there are people that are paid to bring up these toxic stories. And this is the enemy's plan to destroy our relationship. I'm not trying to pastor you. This is the devil's plan to destroy our remaining relationship. The little fiber we had, the little mutuality we shared as a people, this is the last stroke by the enemy to destroy, bring up toxic stories, sell them to us. And then when we personalize it, we become dangerous people in ourselves. We think, okay, we are perfect people, I'm good. But you're not good. You're not good. Because you can't even stay with people peacefully. You have a problem. Somebody's telling you good money is something you read, that the guy always greet her and then he killed her. And then somebody out of the goodness of his heart is telling you good money, but you can't see that good money. You can't see that the money is good. But rather you just see him as somebody who wants to harvest you. Let me use that word, harvest you and cheat you. So you don't give peace a chance. You don't give love a chance. You don't give trust a chance. I just want to encourage us that as we're going into this weekend, I just want you to clean your heart a little bit. You might not be able to clean all of them, but I want you to clean your heart a little bit and look at people positively, especially your loved ones. Your mother is not the witch that wants to kill you. Your father is not the devil that wants to kill you. They should have killed you earlier, long ago. Your brothers that you ate from the same plate with when you were younger are now the people you see as your enemies. Who told you that? Who taught you that? You read it from the internet. That even your family and the people make all kinds of quotes. You know, some of these quotes sound very intelligent, but they are from the meditation of toxic minds. Some people, ever since they became comfortable in life, they don't want anybody to come close to them. So they come up with these quotes and then they put it on their WhatsApp. Gradually, other people screenshot them and take them and share it and all that. Not to take much of your time, for those that will be watching the broadcast again, I just want to say thank you. And I also want to encourage you for having come this long, watching me and seeing me. I want to tell you that you should take your time to clean up your mind and prepare your mind and also see people as they want to be seen. And give those who love you a chance to love you. Stop making it hard for people to love you. There are a lot of us, people want to love us, but we are so difficult to love. Whatsoever they do, we are not satisfied. Whatsoever they do, we cast aspersion on it and we are like, he's doing it for a reason. And we have destroyed everything that makes up relationship and make relationship beautiful. Thank you very much, Ashimena Ayuba Michael. And do have a wonderful weekend. I love you. And I truly love you. Bye.